Hey folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now I brought my kayak out here. This is kind of like my backyard area here to kind of do a 1 month update on it. Now, fishing's been real tough lately. We get a few days of real cold weather, be snowing pretty heavy, rain snow mix, and then these days of 65, 70 degrees. So I think it's got the fish thrown off. I haven't had much luck catching much of anything. So I figure I had this kayak about a month now. I put through some hard use over the month, and I thought I'd do a little overview of it. Give you my thoughts so far, things that have gone wrong, which is not many, so stay tuned. Alrighty y'all, so for those of you who are new to my channel, I fish out of the Hoodoo Voyager 100P. This is a 10-foot 3-inch long kayak, 34 inches wide, and without the drive, accessories, or the seat, weighs roughly about 65 pounds, which makes this kayak really car top friendly. So we'll just start at the bow real quick, work our way back, then I'm going to talk over my thoughts on it. So front carry handle still holding up pretty strong. No rips, tears, or frays that I can see. Front hatch is still sealing real well. Don't have a whole lot of water in it. Got this bag here, and I'll show you what I keep in this bag. So here is just a 1-inch piece of PVC. Now we got the cat coming out here to check things out. You get a free cameo, cat. What do you got to say to the people there on YouTube? He says like and subscribe, even though I can't fish. All right, anyways, guys, this here 1-inch piece of PVC, this is my front camera mount. And let me step back and show y'all real quick. So on my action camera, I got this like handle that doubles as a battery. Sorry for the phone not wanting to focus there. So I got this handle that doubles as a battery, and it goes into that white PVC tube, which is mounted to the drive. And I'll show you how all that works. And that's how I get my front camera shots. So on this drive here, when they come stock from the factory, you got, let me see if I can remove one of these, I can show you better. Hang on. Ah, here we go. Which way does that go? I forget. Oh, technical difficult. Oh, there we go. So it comes with these 4 pre-drilled bolt holes, and then Hoodoo sent me these bolts in a separate bag. And I mounted these Scotty, and I can't remember exactly what model they are, but they're for inflatable boats. That's all I know. So they mount directly to these. I'll put the link in the description. I know I have it saved on my Amazon. But these bolt directly to the drive, and they're track mounts. And on this upper one, I have this cup. Now this cup's got these little provisions here for maybe some small pair of pliers, hooks, and it snaps right on. So you just load it there, snaps on. Same thing with this here. Now, my front camera mount is just a piece of PVC. Got a little thumb screw in here on that little T-bolt on that little track mount. That's what I use. So far, the pedal drive has been flawless. No noises, no complaints, no grinding. Now you're gonna hear it kick up some leaves on the bottom, but still smooth. Rod holders are holding up really well, guys. So with the Voyager 100P, you're gonna get these sacrificial plates on each side, and they're already pre-drilled for these Scotty bases. All you need to do is either add, your nuts and bolts to them, or you get the Scotty back plates, which I have installed. All the foam decking is still sticking very well. Now, I know it's only been a month, but I'm gonna give monthly updates. So bear with me here. I've had it out maybe 8 or 9 times. And each time I've had it out, it's been probably 4 to 6 hours at least. Rod holder on the other side, y'all. These track mounts here seem to be still holding up well. I don't remember why I still have this on here. I got to take that off. I got a paddle keeper coming in the mail. It's that Yackhacker, what they call it, the double header or something like that, to hold the paddle in place on my left side here. It does come with the paddle park stock, but when you hit waves, that paddle tends to flop back and forth. I mean, it's usable, but personally, I don't like it. The seat's not bolted in right now, but these, yeah, so this seat just screws right into the tracks here into some inserts so you can adjust the seat forward and backward. I am 6'3", so I'm a pretty tall guy. And 6'3", with shoes on, the seat set's about here. So you could probably be 6'4", 6'5", and still use this boat comfortably, as long as you're on the lighter side. This kayak does boast a weight capacity of, I think, 350 or 400 pounds. I don't remember. But I would say be at least under 225, maybe 2 to 225 to use this boat comfortably. I could be wrong. So yeah, all the mats are still sticking strong. Now, the first problem I've had was the rudder system here. Now, this wasn't the fault of the company at all. This is kind of my fault for not going over things thoroughly enough. So underneath this those 4 screws, you pop that top off. Underneath here, you're gonna have like a little pulley that bolts to the bottom side of this handle here. Now, that pulley that bolts underneath, there's a Phillips head bolt that comes up this way. That bolt worked itself loose, so it made this handle, I mean, it's a little loose right now, but it was flopping a lot more. Now, this didn't leave me stranded or anything. I actually had to call my wife up and have her bring out my little toolkit, which all it is there's another cat interrupting me. Free cameo for all the cats, I guess. Anyway, so my wife brought out my little multi-tool, which is just for bicycles. I'm gonna see if I have it in here for you. I'll show you what I use. Here we go. That's all I use. So you got some Allen heads on here. You got a Phillips head and a flathead and a couple other little tools and knickknacks. And so far, this is all I needed. This is just a cheap Huffy brand I got at Walmart. I think I paid $8 to 10 bucks for it. I keep the scupper plugs in here as well. Rod holders seem to be holding up just fine. Nothing wrong there. These little rubber boots, still pliable. These work themselves loose once in a while. Now, that's another issue I've been having. I got to tighten them down. But I believe if I put some either the green Loctite, which is a lighter Loctite, ain't gonna really glue it in there too solid, or I put some Teflon tape on to give a little bit of resistance to the threads. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Rear handle, y'all, it's still working real fine. But what are you doing? That cat wants to go fishing. Look at him. You gonna make the videos now, cat? The rear handle, no frays, tears, nicks, or anything. Still holding up really, really well. There's that paddle holder we talked about. And my favorite addition to the... Cat, you're interrupting me. You are interrupting the video, cat. You need to move. You need to move. Come on now. Go on, buddy. Watch out. I got to show the kayak off. This front rod holder, guys, is my favorite thing about this kayak. That and the pedal drive. But this rod holder here. So when you're unhooking a fish or tying a rig, that thing comes in super clutch. I love it. Another small issue I've had, and this here is, I found this shortly after receiving the kayak. This didn't break on me. This little handle here snapped. You need to go. This little handle here, it didn't snap, it just started cracking here. But when I removed this little plastic cover, there's 2 bolts, and it's only cracked to the first bolt. So I believe this is still gonna hold up. The day it breaks, I'll order a separate handle off of Amazon or something. I'm not all that worried about it. The fish finder here, this is a Garmin Striker 4 Plus model. Now the Plus model has the bottom contour mapping, which I really like. I haven't really got to use that feature much, but I'm gonna get to that when the weather starts warming up. But yeah, that's overall, guys, that is the kayak. It has been serving me real good the past month. Only some small issues, you know, like the rudder cable and that little handle there. Or not the rudder cable, I'm sorry. The little rudder handle and that handle here. So a couple of small issues, really easy fix. And oh, if you guys are wondering, that is a C-tug style cart by Yackhacker. I will leave that in the description too. Now, at first I built my own little Boondocks landing gear system out of PVC in the back here. So it would flip up and under the kayak. But I noticed when I was pulling it through some, you know, uneven terrain on the ground, it put pressure on the PVC. It'd start bending and it'd start pushing more pressure off where I had it bolted to the hull. Now, I didn't drill anything into the hull. I actually removed the little eyelets you see here and here and had it bolted there through a piece of angle. But when I hit some uneven terrain, it put pressure on it, and I'd see the hull flex a little bit. Now, I don't think it was going to be any kind of an issue, but I'm erring on the side of caution, decided to go with this Yackhacker C-tug style cart. I think I paid 70 bucks for it, and I'll show you underneath here. It's got really large pads that hold the bottom of the kayak. I know this kayak has a wonky shaped hull, which really adds to its stability. You can see the pontoon style hulls if the camera would focus. So, yeah, guys, overall, I am extremely happy with this kayak so far. Not hardly any issues. As I said, I've had it out between like 7 or 9 times, something like that. Each time 4 to 6 hours, fishing hard on it. I have got on the pedals really hard, really pushed it, and nothing is skipping, breaking. There's a little squeak coming from the drive, but I believe it's just the, not from the pedals or the mechanism or anything, or I think it more or less is coming from where the metal part of the drive is meeting the plastic of the kayak, which I'm gonna get some duct tape and kind of line the area to protect it so it doesn't put any scuffs or rubs any holes in it. So All right, y'all, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in a comment. Something I missed, I'll try to answer anything for you. Thanks for watching this video. Hope y'all have a good one.